Hello everyone, this is Darwell20 and welcome to episode 70 of Darwell20's Let's Play of FTB Evolution. Today's plan, I want to borrow some glowing bees for a second. Yoinks. I gotta make it so that bee cages don't go down there. That's a thing. We need to do a little bit of breeding because last episode we made uranium bees, and so far, so good. We've already got 2,000 ingots of uranium. So I haven't tick accelerated that at all, by the way. Just kind of like let that chill. Idled for a bit, maybe an hour. I don't know. I lost track of time. But anyway, point is, now I need to get fluorite because remember, like the main two things that you are going to want to have for this is fluorite and uranium, right? So those are like the two big resources that we're going to have to produce. So already got uranium going, got to get fluorite going. So we need to hand a block of fluorite to a diamond bee. To make a diamond bee, we need lapis and ender. I already have ender. To make a lapis bee, we need redstone and blue banded. I already have blue banded. To make a redstone bee, we need to combine glowing bee with chocolate mining bee, both of which I already have. So I'm pretty happy about this. Do rose bushes count? I'm going to hope that rose bushes count. So let's do so it's chocolate mining and glowing bee. So chocolate mining and glowing bee should produce a redstone bee. Looks like it's working. You know what it means? That means I can go get some bone meal, make a bunch of rose bushes, and then we're cool to make this happen. All right, so now we've got the redstone bee, which, in fairness, is a child. So I'm going to use, let's get our, let's do a gamma. Is that cool? We'll throw this in there. And that should give me this, right? And redstone bees like to flower on redstone blocks. Cool. And I don't like super care about this thing producing resources right now. I just want him to grow up. So if I leave him in there for a few minutes and we tick accelerate him, he should grow into an adult relatively quickly. Still a child. Still a child. Child, child, child. Making bees. Making combs. Come on, bro. Sure, taking a long time. Would have thought he would have grown up by now. There he is. Cool. And then, like, do I care about this redstone? Probably don't, right? So, goodbye. And then you can go away. Cool. And now we take our redstone bee and we combine it with a blue banded to get a lapis. So I've got a blue banded. Yes, and it's an adult. So then you make lapis. Cool. And then presumably, would it be a fair assumption to be like, oh, lapis bee equals lapis block? We're going to find out. That was actually a compressed lapis block. Don't mind me. Yep, good guess. I'm assuming it needs a feeding slab to grow. In fairness, it may not. It doesn't hurt. Okay. Then we need lapis plus ender equals diamond, right? Am I remembering that correctly? Lapis plus ender equals diamond bee. So lapis plus ender, so that'll be, here's my new lapis and ender, and that should be a diamond bee. Let's experiment with this one and find out if I actually need the feeding slab or not. So the trick will be that I can put diamond bee in here. He's a child. And then we'll see if he grows up. For the record, definitely grows into an adult. without feeding slab. Just in case there were any questions. So now diamond B gets fed fluorite, and we're cool, right? So what I want to do is diamond B. We're probably going to want to make another diamond B, but you get the idea. And there's our first fluorite B. Nice. All right, so now let's do another ender plus lapis, right? Lapis plus ender equals diamond B. I'm unsure if that matters. Fluorite. Diamond B, can I give you the baby B? Doesn't seem like it. It probably has to be an adult. Oh, no, wait, it does. It does work. It did work. Baby works. So, sweet. So then, I'm assuming that you need a fluorite block, right, for bee flowering? Yeah. And you guys go in here. Then we do the baby upgrade. One, two, three. Sweet. Okay, cool, right? Awesome. And then you guys all go away. And now we've got our fluorite beads going on. And then on the up, we will copy whatever this is. On the up, we will paste. And then we will link. And then I assume you're sending fluorite combs into here. And I'm assuming you know what to do with fluorite. Yep. Let's just double check that we have a large buffer of fluorite. And we may. We have fluorite going in here. 512 fluorite is what we have storage for. That seems very wrong. $2.1 million fluorite sounds a little bit better to me. Is that cool? I think that's cool. All right, good deal. All right, fluorite should be having a good time. Now, the only other thing to do would be to block upgrade this dude, and then that's it. Now, you can put multiple productivities in here, FYI, which we may or may not look at, but for now, it's cool. So you should be making loads of that stuff, right? And then on the up, yeah, you should be fine. If I just leave it, it should be fine. It'll eventually clear out and handle all its back stuffings. Is there like a better speed upgrade? There's a speedier, twice as good as the other one, except in hives. And then that's it. So, worth it. But again, Heart of the Sea. Let me tell you, the bee mod loves the Heart of the Sea. It sure does. And not even 5 minutes later, we're at 1200 fluorite. So, like, that's what's up. So now, I think our plan should be, let's make a standard mechanism reactor. So, like, you know, medium-sized reactor, medium-sized turbine, or do we want to go, like, stupid, silly size? How do we want to do that for this series? I feel like standard size should be sufficient for us, because standard size is usually enough. And taking a quick peek at the things, I don't think we need that much antimatter. Like, we're not going to need, like, hundreds of it. And we're going to need, like, a dozen tops. So if we start it now and just let her cook, we should be cool. Maybe. That said, it's always fun to build max size. What do I have for copy and pastes? Do I have a copy and paste of Reactor and max sizing stuff? So I've got a reactor that looks like this. That looks like the small standard size reactor. So if I start with that, I'm cool to do that. I think that's what we do. And then if we need a better one, we can make that happen. I'm on board. So paste, anchors away. Right. Standard, generic sized. I'm cool with that. Okay. So let's do that in a compact machine then. That deal? So compact, right? Yeah, that's a thing. Compact machine. There's all kinds of different size ones. Let's go with the biggest one, which I assume is giant, tiny, small, colossal. That sounds cool. Colossal sounds big. Normal. I'm going with the assumption. I don't know what this deal is. Like, is this? It just says new machine as opposed to. I guess we'll go with colossal. That should be cool. And then I can easily craft myself whatever compact machine I want. What I like about this is, A, it's self-contained in a dimension, so in case we have some kind of nuclear fault, because it's me and it happens, we can deal with it. And then in addition, it's easy to move. So if I decide like, hey, you know what, I don't like where I put it, I can just pick up the compact machine and move it. Is that a fair deal? Let's have like a 5x5-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what I'm gonna do, and then you're just gonna simply be 5 and a doot, and then you with the doot, 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 and doot. Cool. Man, I love how fast I can do that. And then you can be our first compact machine, and you're going to be a sign. Or you know what? Let's do an item frame. Reactor. Mechanism. What do I want to put in here? Or do I just want to do like uranium ingot? That could be a cool indicator of nuclearness. Cool. And then for compact machines, we're going to want one of you dudes to let me in there. Hooray! And it's big. That's what I wanted to see. Sweet. All right. Now, for the autocrafty bits and bobs. So for you, we're going to need a materials list, and these are all the things I need to go set up autocrafting for. I will make all these components off camera, and then I will come back. If for some reason there's something I can't make, I will come back and tell you. But my assumption is this should be pretty straightforward to do. I just need to do a bunch of this and that, and you know stuff. So remember how I said I'll come back if I'm missing something? I'm missing something. You know what I'm missing? Lead ingots. I don't have lead. I assume that's a thing I'm gonna need. Right? Yeah, probably. Is there lead geor? There's a lead geor. Yeah, there is. Budding lead geor. Let's see if we can. It's either that or the B, right? We could also just do lead B. That would be blue banded and iron, which we have both of. That might be the better approach, only because I'm getting a little bit low on geor options down there. So if we did a blue banded and an iron, and we did that, lead B. Actually, you know what? Yeah, give me both, because I'm gonna want a baby. Which, to be fair, I'm not entirely sure if I need two in order for baby upgrade to work. It may not need to, but meh. I'm gonna do this off camera because you've probably seen enough by now. Do I want to have like, so like, do we want one gap, and then it's what, 1, 2, and then 1? Did I leave you on hammer mode? I guess I did. That was cool. So let's say, oh, there's what it broke. I knew it must have broken more than that. Let's say that we'll do that. I'll give it a little bit more space because I don't see us having that many beehives, right? So back in a minute. It's really kind of silly how fast you can make resources with thick accelerating and bees. Because look, I already have 2,000 lead. And I put a block upgrade. Actually, I put 2 block upgrades, so I didn't mean to do that. But I put a block upgrade in here. I don't think we need that much lead. So I'm removing the blocks altogether. And take accelerated at once. Granted, 256x, but only for 30 seconds. But still got like 2,000 lead. So, you know. Alright, now I should be cool to craft mekanism fission-y type stuff. So fission fuel assembly, we're going to need 52, for example. Back when crafting completes. Alright. I think this is it. Let's see, my copy and paste gadget should tell me if we have fission fuel assembly 52. Didn't I get those? Yep. All green. Unknown. So, like, let's make sure we have plenty of room. But also make sure that we are, like, chunk aligning these things in an intelligible way. So I want plenty of room for this thing to be here. So we'll do this here. We'll do the next one there. That'll be, like, where our steam turbine goes. And then, like, over here, we can have the big battery. And then, like I've done before, over here and here is where we'll do our fission production stuff, like the fissile fuel maker. And then, like, once we get to the need, because I'm sure we will eventually, we can do that saline chamber thing that makes the big batteries for us. So that'll be like the chunk differentiators, right? Love this giant compact machine. It is just cool, right? So it should be fine. Let's make sure that that's a cool spot for it, right? 3 from the wall, 3. You should probably also go down 1. So you're actually 4 from the wall and 3 from the back. So we should do that, right? 3 and then 3. And that should be plenty of room. If we have to move it, we have to move it, because we have cut and paste too. Haha! Oh man. Nothing beats just like placing a nuclear reactor like that, right? And then if we want, we can boop home like this. And now let's talk about the turbine. So let me get my turbine copy and paste. And we will swap this out. I should probably tell you that you are a reactor. Why aren't you letting me type in there? Something's stealing my cursor inputs, I can tell. Maybe it doesn't like that I didn't have that. Okay, so save, reactor, save, right? And then you go away, and then paper. Paste, load, turbine, save. And that should be your turbine. Cool? All right. More teaching AE how to make thing and crafting off camera. Be right back. So funny story. We also don't have any tin. that's a thing. So luckily, I already made what we need to make. Boom, boom. So you're going to go here. You're going to go here. Oh. Advanced oak, you. We're going to do... we'll do blocks for a minute, but we're not going to really need them for long. We'll do a baby, and we'll do a gamma again. Only because the productivity gamma also includes the simulator, like I said. And then I assume I need tin block. Which just now tells me that tin is not in our thing. Tin ingots. Do you also do the weird not block thing? Okie dokie, Smokey. Not sure what that's all about. Whoops. So then you need to go here. You should be cool. That should be enough. And then on the up, make sure you're the right dude. Link it up. You should be extracting now. You should be making bees. Maybe bad RNG on that. And then on the down, raw 10. And that works. There they are. Cool. And now we've got 10 for days. Cool. And where was I at? I had made you, and you. I needed 16 saturating condensers. And that is what needed tin. Which I now have. Back to crafting. Alright, let's do the thing. So, materials list, all green. Which means into here. You can chill. Do what now? Is this truly so wonky? Why are you so wonky? Really? Is this what you're gonna do? No, you placed correctly. Weird. Never seen you do that. Undo? So I guess like that? We probably want you... Man, this is hard to place when the glass is rendering in the wrong place. See, Dyer finds bugs in his own mod just from playing with it. So left one more. So maybe like there. That's a weird bug. And remember, the turbine blades are an extra component. They are added on, and they're like NBT data on the turbine coils, so they won't be placed. So you have to add them yourself after the fact. And those numbers look familiar to me. Dispersers are limiting, but like whatever. So I think dispersers are always limiting, at least for us. So yeah, and then we should probably have some kind of fission port. Usually we get an extra one or two of these going, and that should be cool. And then reactor glass. Whoop, that's not where that goes. Man, that was like a 1 in a million placement, wasn't it? What did I break here? Easy enough to replace. Home. Template reactor. Copy paste gadget load. Go back. right about there. And you're 3 away from that wall and 3 away from that wall and place. Good. And then you are reactor glass. Let's put away the structural so I don't get mixed up. And then you. So we're probably going to want one there. Formed. 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 Cool. All right. And then we'll probably want some kind of, you know what? I usually want the water over here. That could work, right? And then we can get a sink. And then we can do our ultimate mechanical pipe. And then we can do our configurator. Hey. Not what I meant to do. Where did pipe go? Sweet. Okay. That looks cool. All right, this feels like a good logical time to stop. So let's pause here. We'll come back next time. I'll get some basic fissile fuel going. So let's right? And what we're looking for is fissile fuel, right? That's our thing. I'm guessing there's not like a super cool bee that makes any of this. It would be cool, wouldn't it? Right? But we have to do like the whole production chain. Wish there was like a fun, different way to go about it, but I think we're kind of stuck with doing what we normally do, right? There's no kind of fuel bee, nuclear bee, fissile, radioactive. So there's just the radioactive bee, and all that does is make the uranium that we're already making, right? So mechanism fuel production next episode. We'll knock through it real quick because I've done it like a million times now, and I feel like that would be super boring. And then if it's not enough, we can always amp these dudes up into max size, and I'll create a new copy paste for the future when I want to be like full-sized reactors. And they just seem so small in here, don't they? They seem so tiny. I might even load up another old world of mine and copy and paste the giant max size that I've done in the past. We'll see. I don't know. For now, wrap it up point though. That was my sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.